Well, that was just extraordinary. 43 runs in the last 3 overs, a partnership of 95 from 56 balls. Rashid Khan's third one-day international half-century. Gulbuddin Naib with an able contribution from the other end. It makes for a compelling half-time chat on ESPN Cricinfo Match Day with our technology partner Vivo. I'm Ranu Kapoor, still with Ajit Agarkar in studio, and Shahryar Nafees will have a few things to review and reflect and analyze from a Bangladesh point of view. At 160 for 7 at 41 overs, I don't know if we saw that coming.
No, but I mean, at no stage did Afghanistan lose wickets in bunches.
Yes.
They kept sort of losing wickets to pretty soft dismissals most of the time. But Bangladesh, you could see, off the pace a little bit today. The intensity not as great as you normally see with them. You've got to question the tournament fixtures.
Yes.
When you have a Super 4 game tomorrow, it is at the back of your mind. Shouldn't be an excuse to what they put up in the field. You could see they were a bit sluggish today as well. I mean, that partnership was brilliant from Naib and Rashid. But Bangladesh not great today. Not generally the energy levels seem less. Maybe it's to do with the game that's coming up tomorrow, which is a lot more important. You've got to question the fixtures that have been put in place. I don't understand why two teams have to play a game today when they have to play a more important game tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to say, okay, they just have to get the job done, and you said that, Shahryar, the players just have to do what's not in their hands and play. But at 160 for 7 at 41 overs, do you feel like Bangladesh should still have done themselves a favour and finished this off and got into the shed quickly? Did they left Afghanistan off the hook?
Apart from the last 10 overs, Bangladesh team has done well. Abu Haider had a decent debut, I think. Other bowlers like Mashrafi in the first spell bowled really well. We had bowling. I think I will agree with Ajit that it has to do a lot of things with the fixture.
Yeah, I mean,
because
that's the conversation which we'll have to have. We're just having a little trouble getting the line through with Shahryar Nafees, but I can we'll try and re-establish that in just a bit. But that is essentially the conversation that we're having. Has this bizarre set of fixtures again led to affecting the performance on the field? If you're watching us on our Facebook Live, start putting your questions and comments while I continue the chat with Jeet. I mean, you've got a big game coming up tomorrow. You also know that it's not in your hands. You've just got to do your job, and it's not. You can't just ignore the fact that you're playing an international match. So how can you sympathize with these Bangladeshi
completely
players?
I think that's the hard part. It's still an international game. You still want to do as well as you can on that particular day, because playing for your country, you're judged every single day. I don't think it matters whether it's a game of consequence or not. Yeah, tough. Like I said, I don't, Rubel Hussain's bowled 6 overs, Mehndi Hassan's bowled 8 overs. So those two are, two of the main guys. They don't bowl their quota. Tells you a bit about what's, what the thinking was. Mashrafi again, I mean, I don't know what Shahryar thinks. Rashid and Naib took him to the cleaners later on. If that sort of performance or that sort of level of performance, is it good enough just because he mentors the team or holds the team together? I'm not quite sure. I've always been of the opinion that if you're a leader of the team, you've got to be one of the better performers in that 11. From the way he's bowled today, whether he was holding himself back. Towards the end, he obviously put in a bit more when the batsmen started going after him. But wasn't quite good enough. I don't know what Shahryar thinks, because he probably knows Bangladesh better than me. But wasn't a good sight. Yeah.
Let's go to him, because at 35 years, he's going to be 35 in 2 weeks. Mashrafi Mortaza. I know how highly he's regarded, Shahryar, in this camp. He's also sorted a lot of the mess in the Bangladesh dressing room with the board, whatnot. So he's a big figure, but he's not often used. In the little that I've seen of Bangladesh cricket of late, he's not often used himself at the death. Is it just because there was no Mustafizur that he tried that out, or do you think today was just an exception? Just your thoughts?
I wanted to make, as soon as the game started, when I saw Mashrafi wearing a full sleeve shirt, I knew that he's not going to open the ball because normally he opens the ball and he finishes his quota by 40 overs. So Bangladesh tried some stuff, like they started with Abu Haider, Ronnie and Rubel, and Mashrafi had to bowl in the later overs, which he doesn't bowl that much. In one point, I will not agree with Ajit. For last couple of years, Mashrafi has been the top performer for Bangladesh with the ball. So it's not that he mentors the team or he's there to guide the junior players. His performance has made his spot in the team, and this is one of the very reasons that he has pulled himself out from the T20s, because he thought that his focus should be on the 2019 World Cup. I think yes, because of tomorrow's important match, Bangladesh changed their things a little bit, and because as there's no Mustafiz, he's one of the main death bowlers. Then we struggled a bit with the last 10 overs. Other than that, like first 40 overs, we had this game under our control, but because we didn't have our combinations right in the last 10 overs, we struggled.
Okay, let me
yes. While I have sympathy for what he's saying, and Bangladesh obviously wanted to try things because of tomorrow's game, it's a 50-over game. You can't play well for 40 overs and be okay if you concede as much as they have. I mean, okay, Afghanistan batted well, and Rashid Khan can do no wrong at the moment with everything that he does, but yeah, I kind of feel for them. I understand what he's saying. It's ridiculous really that them having to play this game today, which is of no consequence, and then having to back up in an important game against India tomorrow and Pakistan tomorrow.
To think it's almost worse if this game was of consequence, because then you've got to play this game with intensity and then play a Super 4 game tomorrow. So either way, it doesn't bode well for the organization of the tournament. To just show you how Bangladesh might have let Afghanistan off the hook, and yes, it is a game of little consequence, as we've established time and again, but they were good in the first 10, 2 quick wickets courtesy Abu Haidar in the first power play, saw Afghanistan at 37 for 2. Then it just went along steady, like Ajit said, never lost wickets in clusters. In the last 10 though, 97 runs. They've done better than India did against Hong Kong in this same tournament. So Afghanistan with some serious firepower towards the end. To just complete the conversation on Mashrafi, Shahryar, I'll come back to you. I get that there's no Mustafiz, but if you're a Bangladesh fan and you think, what are my reserve options? Let's say tomorrow one of Mustafiz or Rubel pulls up in a game and someone else has to do the job at the end. Would you be a little concerned, or is that just, should we not make too much of it?
I understand the point that Rubel didn't finish his quota.
Yes.
Abu Haidaroni didn't finish his quota. I agree with that. If tomorrow we are playing and there will be not much changes, I think Mushfiq will come in. That will be the only change. We will have a couple of changes. Mushfiq and Mustafiz comes in. Probably one of the fast bowlers will need to go out, and one of Shanto or Mominul will go out. So it's not that much change of the squad. But yes, I think we had two options. I know international cricket is not a thing that you don't take it easily. You have to play hard, whether it's like back-to-back 3 matches or you are playing 2 matches in 1 week. You have to perform well and you have to be professional. But I think Bangladesh choose the other option by just taking a bit easy, and their performance last 10 overs but not that professional. But I think Afghanistan, as they're new in the international area, they have everything to achieve, and they have done it. Like you look at Rashid Khan, he has been around in the T20 circuit, and we know him. He's very much capable with the bat, ball, and field, and that's that thing he did. He came in and had a 50, batted last 10 overs. It was a very professional performance by him.
Right, 57 of 32 for Rashid Khan, 8 fours and a 6. And what a way to celebrate your 20th birthday. On the 20th of September is when Rashid Khan celebrates his birthday. I've just got that from our fans watching on Facebook. So there's no better way to move out of your teens. But like you've pointed out, he's just been in this purple patch. Maybe the aberration being that one test match, which you can totally forgive him for. But he's improved as a player with bat and ball in limited overs cricket.
Yeah, I mean, and because he's got the quality, it's not just that he, like Shahryar said, he can bat it. You could see some of the shots. It wasn't just slogging. He knew what he was doing. He was picking his spots and has lots of power. I mean, even then that first game against Sri Lanka came towards the end and had a couple of big blows. So yeah, those sorts of guys, that's why your bowling needs to be on top, which unfortunately for Bangladesh, for various reasons, and of course with Mustafizur not playing, wasn't today, and he took full toll of it.
All right, I'm seeing a lot of comments coming in on our Facebook Live page, and I thank you for posting them. Lots of birthday wishes for Rashid Khan, but there's a lot coming now. One from Shabir Ahmed, another one a little earlier as well. Essentially questioning Rishabh Bhasin's got one, all questioning Asghar Afghan's recent form. I believe there are no 50s for the Afghan captain in 21 innings, and that has the Afghan fans a bit irked, saying that it's time Afghanistan takes some hard calls on their captain. My.
Yeah, I mean, look, like I said before, I mean, your captain's got to be one of your better performers. There's no doubt about it. I mean, doesn't matter what he's done in the past or how good he's been around the team. Eventually, if you're not scoring runs or getting wickets, it's only right that you're under scrutiny. Whether he deserves a place in the team or not, I'm not quite sure at the moment. But you know, he'll know as a player. I suppose every player knows if he's not got runs or wickets, that's the first thing he wants to do, because that's how you earn respect from your team, because you naturally then lead the team from the front with your performance. So if he's not got enough runs, then I'm sure he knows about it and he must be trying to turn it around.
Yeah. Zahid Afghan saying, Ajit sir, please make a request to the Afghan captain to resign. It's been over 20 matches that he's not hit a 50. Okay, calm down. It's not the worst for Afghan cricket, but I get you expect a lot more from your captain. What else have we got? Thoughts from Shahryar on the newcomers. What did he make of Abu? Right, let's go to Shahryar Nafees. What do you think, Shahryar, regarding Abu Hidar? Good with the new ball?
He has done a decent start. He has done a good job, I think. When he was opened the ball, he bowled really well. When I was watching, probably some of the guys would think that why he came round the wicket and bowling to the right and like that. That's his strength. He tries to bring the ball into the right-handers, and that has been his strength in the domestic circuit. So it's I loved it that what he did in domestics or in the age level cricket, he has done it and backed himself up in the international area, and he had a good start. And like he has played few T20 matches, and by the time he plays more one-day cricket, he will improve. But I am very happy for him. Very proud of him. He has started representing Bangladesh, and I hope that he will have a long and successful career.
Nice action. You were just observing.
Yeah, very steady, very repetitive. Again, like he said, with experience, he'll probably know how to handle different situations. That you don't judge someone whether he's had a good game or a bad game after one outing. But you know, obviously he must feel at home a little bit after having at least had an opportunity.
Now Sheikh Sohag, I think a Bangladeshi fan, saying we will miss Tamim Iqbal. Let me go to Shahryar again. Not just about Tamim Iqbal, but I want to know, Shahryar, as a man who's opened the batting with Tamim, just what your emotion or what it was when he came out to bat with that broken hand, played with one hand, and I've seen all the news coverage and the caricatures and some wonderful cartoons and whatnot that were made by in the Bangladeshi papers. It's just been such an emotional thing. But I wonder what you made of it when he just came out and batted for that little phase towards the end.
First of all, like I didn't watch it live,
right.
And because when everyone was out, I thought like the game is over and Bangladesh will not finish the innings. But when he did that, I was really surprised, and I felt really proud as a Bangladeshi. You know, as a player, you have some moment in your career. It can be an innings or it can be a moment which you have gone through. I think this is one of the moments of Tamim's career that he will cherish, and all the Bangladeshi cricket fans will cherish for a long time. We haven't seen this kind of situation for a long time. Like the last thing I can remember is Graham Smith. Before that, it was Anil Kumble batting with a broken jaw, and I have seen Malcolm Marshall's footage with batting with one hand. What Tamim did, you know, it's not only batting with one hand. You know what changed? Bangladesh was something around 220, and he bat only one ball, and then Mushfiq scored 30 to 40 more runs more, and that set the tone for Bangladesh and changed the total scenario. If Bangladesh was like 230, Sri Lanka would have been in a very nice position, and they would have think that okay, we are going to chase 230. But 260 in this kind of wicket situation, it's definitely a tough call. And yes, like Tamim, as a senior cricketer of Bangladesh cricket, has set the tone for the juniors that like this is how you play international cricket. It doesn't matter how much matches you play, it doesn't matter how much runs you have scored. It always the day matters, and you have to be courageous and you have to put the fight for your team.
Very well. Well, the opportunity falls then to someone like Nazmul Hussain Shanto or even Mominul Haq making a comeback to the ODI side. Now, Rohan Thakkar with a question on our Facebook Live page asking whether this, while this is a good recovery by Afghanistan, is this still a chaseable total? How about we show you some successful chases at the Sheikh Zayed Stadium in Abu Dhabi. And like we established on the pre-show too, 217 is the highest successful chase at Abu Dhabi in the last 3 or 4 years. So we're taking recent scores only to just give you an idea of how conditions have been similar. And then of course 209 Pakistan against Sri Lanka and 206 after. So we are well above par if we look at it from an Afghan point of view. This will take some chasing.
Yeah, I think it'll take a special innings from someone and little contributions from other guys. They are missing probably their best player at the moment and Tamim both. It's going to be tough. I said yesterday, I think if Afghanistan managed to score 240, I think they'll win. At this point, halfway through the innings, although it's a good pitch and chaseable score, Afghanistan will be favourites right now.
What about the batting order, Shahryar? Nazmul Hussain Shanto, I don't know how much he opens in list A cricket or 50 over cricket. Would you be tempted to put a Mominul in higher? Shakib got a first ball duck at 3. Would you bat him lower in the absence of Mushfiqur? Just your thoughts?
No, I think Shanto will open. If I was there to take decisions, I would have not changed Sakib's position because we are looking at the 2019 World Cup and Sakib has been the number 3 choice for us. Mominul, yes, he's getting a game. Shanto is getting a game, but their batting order will not be as fixed as like Tamim and Sakib. So I think Litton and Shanto will open the bat, and I will go with Sakib in number 3. Number 4, Mominul can go there because as he's a top order batsman. I want Mithun to bat number 5. My personal choice will be Mahmudullah at number 4 because he's one of the batsmen who is more experienced in this side. And last match he batted number 6. Normally he bats number 5 in the one-day squad. So we can see Mahmudullah batting number 4 and then Mominul number 6 maybe because look, we have to be realistic that we are giving these 2 kids a game because Tamim and Mushfiq is not here. If they were playing the matches, these 2 guys would not played the match. So it will not be just for Mominul because he has just got a game, but I think he will bat number 6 and then the rest will follow.
I think he's only got, your Shahryar is only worried till number 4 because Bangladesh should chase this 260 for 4 or 260 for 3.
Yeah, but it's a good thing if Shakib does come at number 3 again.
Yes.
Because chases like this, when there are young guys around, you want your experienced guys to take some leadership roles and show that responsibility because it is obviously going, if they can set a platform, then it becomes a lot easier for the middle order to come in and score runs. I mean, we saw Angelo Matthews bats, in spite of a struggling Sri Lankan team, still bats low down the order. Someone like him with his quality, his experience. So even I hope Shakib does come out at number 3.
Well, Mujib should take the new ball. You think when Rashid Khan's gone in after scoring runs like that, he seems to be the kind of cricketer that the energy rubs off from one thing to the other.
Yeah, but I think he's got a set role. Yes. I'm sure he creates enough impact when he does come on to bowl. Those 10 overs, I mean, if Afghanistan keep Bangladesh down to, or does, get wickets obviously, but if they don't, then they don't concede too many, they'll always be on top in the game.
Right, prediction. Ajit Agarkar, Afghanistan to defend this, Bangladesh
yeah,
to chase
I mean, I thought yesterday if they could score 240, 250, it'll be a tough chase. Chaseable because it's a good pitch, but it's going to take some chasing.
All right, Shahryar, thoughts? Bangladesh to take this one then, or Afghanistan?
I'm still backing Bangladesh to chase this down, but it will be a difficult chase because Rashid Khan will bowl in the middle overs, and in a one-day match, if you take wickets, you will win. If you don't take wickets, then the other team wins. So I'm still backing Bangladesh.
I saw the little smile come when you started only with Bangladesh. But many thanks, Shahryar Nafees, and many thanks, Ajit Agarkar. We will get your thoughts at the end of this game. Right, whatever lack of consequence it might have, it's still a cricket match to be won and perhaps some momentum to be taken into the Super 4. So let's keep our attention on that chase. Download the ESPN Cricinfo mobile app if you want to stay up to date with the same. And do join us for our post-match show as we'll also build up to the Super 4s on ESPN Cricinfo Matchday with our technology partner Vivo.